that was the author of the book. He was at an aquarium, and one of the people that worked with the beluga whales was showing him as an example just how powerful their suction is. And he said, just to not scare people, the whale, it tones it down. Like, I don't think it's the whale's choice. I think they just train it to do it like that. But he said he had his hand a foot away from the whale's mouth, and it sucked his hand right into its mouth. And that's like not even the full strength of it, which is crazy. And I think Stefan was talking a little bit about that. Their tongues, like he was doing some of his research on their tongues, like they're able to create that suction. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah. They're really unique animals. They're melon. That's how they use it for their sonar. It's got like oily fat material, whatever it is that's filling the melon, and they're able to change the shape of it. I think they blow air into their sinuses or something crazy like that, and they could change the shape of their melon. Yeah, there's a lot of things about these whales that's just really cool and unique. They're so much different from other species. Might have just seen we had one cruise by on the cam there for a quick second. I don't know, do you want to save your battery there or just until we find some more? Temperature's definitely dropped a fair amount. Oh, well, I thought until we see some more. Nope. Well, I'm not sure we're gonna get that 32 degrees here today, unless things really change again, which I guess is possible, but it's quite chilly now.
Might be a river thing.
Yeah. One cruising by. Yeah, so Cloud did a better description there than me. The oil in the melon, yeah, is used to change the sound that they make. And I think the sound actually bounces back and they receive it through the melon as well into their sensory organ. Oh man, I think we're gonna get rained on before they, I think we're gonna get some, looks like it's blowing in, or it might be some of that heavy fog that we were talking about. Gotta always keep an eye out for that, because I think they say there's been times out here where you can't see anything because the fog's so thick. Make it a little bit tough to navigate back to the launch. Getting everything. Simon's just wrapping all his stuff up. Better, yeah, to be ready now than to be scrambling when it starts to pour. No one's watching. Oh yeah. Wasn't expecting this today. Pardon? No. Oh, we're gonna have some honking waves. Gonna have some big waves coming from Sea North too. Let's get ready for that. What are you saying, sorry?
This is one of 3 of the weather patterns in Churchill. Have you seen it?
Yeah. No, chilly. Oh, look out. Some big waves coming off of Sea North too. I don't know, flush it out or something. Simon's just asking.
Free before they go under, but they must suck so much.
That's maybe Simon's just asking about the whales, how if they get water in their blowhole, if it causes them to choke, similar to what we would if we, you know, when you choke on, you eating something or you choke on some water. I'm not sure. I'd imagine they're better adapted for it than we are. I know I was reading a book on evolution. I'll probably butcher this big time, so anybody that might be freaking out about it, my apologies. They're basically saying part of the reason why other animals aren't able to speak like we can is because our little tiny calf just poked up there beside the boat. Probably get her on cam here. Yeah, they're gonna follow behind us a little bit maybe. But we've basically got a cavity down in our throat, I think it is, where our esophagus and our windpipe branch off or tee off. So there's that space down there which allows us, you know, where the food or the air, you know, vice versa can get mixed up, and that's why you take a drink of water or something and sometimes it goes down the wrong pipe. But that's not the case with other animals. Like it's more of a direct plumbing. They don't have that void, and that's what allows us to make the noises we make when we're speaking, and why it's difficult for other things to imitate us. I just thought of that. It's not much relation to whales choking on water, but maybe that's why they blow out so hard. Just get it out of there and take a quick breath in. Yeah. Now there's a couple up there too. Oh yeah. It's a boat out there, is that what you're saying? Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen a few up there too, but I know, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, the bugs are gone. I had one mosquito hitchhiking on my leg, trying to hide from the wind, but took care of that. Oh yeah. It's a long ways for that bee to be out here. There's I don't know if it was a company or what it was, but they were trying to bring awareness to bees and saving bees and stuff, so you could buy a little keychain. And if you ever seen a bee in need, because sometimes you'll see them, they'll just, you know, they might be just walking on the ground, and all it is they ventured too far from the hive, or they're unable to find flowers to get energy to make it back home. So the keychain, you could peel a sticker off or whatever it was on the top, and it had some nectar or something in there, and the bee will slurp it up and then have enough energy to make it back to the hive. It was kind of a cool idea to bring some awareness to the bees. They have like a long tongue when you watch them like unravel down and go back up. It's pretty cool when you watch them eat.
I used to teach and train environmental conservation when I was back in the UK, and one of the awareness issues that we were trying to promote was the fact that if you bring in plants that are not native to the country, they're very long fluted trumpet-like flowers, for example. The native species don't have the proboscis, the tongue, to actually reach the nectar.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were trying to raise awareness of planting native species, be it native to Canada, you know, you're going to do it, but this is in the UK.
Yeah.
So plant native species, so our bees and other pollinators, moths, will actually pollinate.
Yeah, butterflies and
Butterflies, they all have that ability. Otherwise, with these long fancy flowers, they can't get to the nectar.
oh yeah. So yeah, your
So
garden's
maybe
full of
with
flowers, and you think you're helping out, but not necessarily if
Mhm.
you've got the wrong species or types
exactly,
of plants.
if you've got tropical plants that don't exist naturally,
Yeah.
then maybe our native species can't actually feed upon them.
You wouldn't
It's
really,
very important that they do.
yeah, you
Bees
wouldn't
are
really
our
think
life.
of that, eh? It's something that wouldn't cross your mind necessarily when planting your garden.
And I was really surprised and very happy to see a lot of different bumblebees in around the Churchill area.
Yeah,
And we got tons and tons of fireweed at the moment.
Mhm.
A lot of people are making fireweed jam, jelly, as you call it out in North
Really?
America. Yeah, I haven't tried any.
what do you do with that? You just eat the flowers or something?
With the flowers, I presume, yeah, and they'll boil them up. And
I'm gonna
I'm not
taste
a
one
jam
right when we
maker,
get back to
so I don't
shore.
know how to make jam. It's a bit bad, but they will make it out here, and I can't wait to try some.
Well, there's some right at the launch there. I'm gonna eat one of the flowers right when we get back to shore.
Don't know if that's the way.
Just see what it tastes like. I'm sure it'll be similar to what the jelly tastes like somehow, just with probably far less sugar. Oh, that's weird. That's cool. I know stuff that you don't expect, like dandelions, are supposed to be good for you. People make salad of the dandelion leaves.
On the leaves, yeah, absolutely.
So if you
And
got
they help with urinary tract
Yeah.
as well too.
if you got a problem with dandelions in your backyard, don't spray them with weed killer. Just go pick them all.
And from what I've heard, and I could be wrong, but what I heard, and this may apply just to the UK, that dandelions, that big bright yellow head, is one of the first flowers to pop its head in spring, and that is one of the first flowers that bees will go to get their,
Oh, yeah,
their
yeah.
spring energy, if you like.
Hmm.
So make sure that you don't get rid of all those weeds. Weeds
Yeah.
are only a
Oh, at home
plant
there's
in the wrong place, and anything could be a weed.
yeah.
So make sure you keep those dandelions growing in the springtime, and it
There's
really helps the bumblebee.
fields of them at home. Like they're
Mhm.
just everywhere. I don't think you'd ever get
Which
rid
I
of them.
believe the grizzly and black bear will feed upon.
Oh,
When they come out, we see them when they lived in Lake Louise for 6 years.
eating on
the
them. Well, yeah,
Canadian
like
Rockies,
black
yeah.
bears are omnivores. They're just kind of opportunistic feeders. They'll go
Mhm.
for pretty much anything that they can chew on. So they always say don't leave. People take their seats and stuff off their skidoos and things like that, even because bears will chew on them. They like jerry cans. They like anything, but they
Yeah,
eat
I've had
lots
a lot
of.
of locals say that they have to bring in their skidoos because the
Yeah.
bears will eat the seats.
Yeah,
I wonder if it's a smell
maybe. Yeah,
within the compounds that they make the seats
it just
from.
feels cool, like a dog likes a rubber chew toy.
Mhm. And the polar bears that we get up here, I've seen them chewing on pretty much anything just to test it out, just to see how strong it is,
Yeah,
to see what it's made of and is it edible.
yeah.
Wood, metal, pipes, wiring, they've tried
Everything.
everything. It's not something that they get any sustenance from nutrition, but they certainly try.
Hmm. Cloud just said that you could make good dandelion wine. I've heard of that too.
Dandelion, yeah.
Yeah.
Birch sap wine. My friend used to make birch sap wine.
Oh, really?
And you pretty much probably make it out of the maple trees as well, out in,
Yeah.
the East Coast or wherever.
That's something cool with honey. Is they used to make mead, and
Mead,
I've
yeah,
seen
with the monks.
distilleries they use honey for all of everything they make, which is
Mhm.
it's kind of cool. If you're using local honey and they're using local
We
botanicals.
come back to that honey theme again.
I know, now we're
Beluga
right back
honey.
in it. They use local botanicals for the gin and stuff, and it's kind of cool. I like it when spots have when they're harvesting different, if it's wild mushrooms or other edibles and stuff from the forest nearby, and they're serving them or making something with them. Or I think that's cool. It's good to know. You
Absolutely.
should have that sort of information in your head.
My friend owns a Victorian walled garden.
Oh, what?
A Victorian walled garden. It has walls around the outside, brick walls.
Oh yeah,
And it create like a microclimate within the area, and
That's
that's
cool.
where they grow all their herbs and what have you. But it's called the Walled Nursery in southeast England, and they now have hives there, and it's feeding on all the local meadows, and
Really?
yeah, it's filling up with honey very quickly.
That's cool. I've always been interested in that kind of stuff. Like, I've had books on how to be self-sustaining on a quarter acre, and I used to have an aquaponics system that I built, and ran for a while. I had like 30 tilapia and a huge grow bed stuffed full of vegetables.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think all that stuff's really interesting, and it's important to know some of it. Like things like that say aquaponics, for example, uses less than 1/10 of water as regular farming. If you set it up to run off of solar power, and say you feed your fish duckweed, you can be 100% no carbon footprint pretty much with it. It's
feeding them duckweed.
Yeah, you can grow duckweed, and duckweed helps to clean the water, which, I mean, it doesn't really need it if your system's running
but
properly.
It's also an invasive species in its own right.
In some spots, like I know Lake Nicaragua is a spot where they say they spend piles of money trying to control the duckweed.
And each individual dot, each millimetre square is an individual plant.
Yeah, and they can use it. You can make biofuel. They can use it for livestock feed. You can eat it yourself. It's got, I read this so long ago, so I might be a little off, but it was somewhere around 70% protein content in the plant. Plant protein, so it might not be a complete protein, but that's still pretty good.
So do you think this is the way forward, duckweed?
Pardon?
You think this is the way forward, duckweed?
Well, it's just good. I was talking, for feeding fish. They use it in like pig farms for cleaning, helping to clean the water in the tailing pond things, and it's kind of a neat plant. But yeah, it is an invasive plant if you get it where you don't want it. But yeah, when I had my aquaponics, I tried to grow some duckweed, and then I wanted to get solar panels, because then and then everything in the system's organic, because if you add any fertilizers to help the plant grow, it kills the fish, and if you add anything to help the fish grow, it kills the plants. So you have no choice but to be 100% organic.
I think it was in China that they use human waste to compost that, and they put that on their plants. And
there's like
mix it with horse manure or something like that. It'd be
places that you travel. I've been to hostels where they take everything from the outhouses and they break it down and compost it, and then they use it for the gardens. And in the restaurants, that's what you're eating, is stuff out of that garden. It's kind of different to think about, but yeah, not a lot of whales around now. Don't they say like things like cows and stuff, they'll lay down if there's ever going to be an earthquake or a tornado or something, they can detect the weather?
I don't know about earthquakes, but it does when it rains.
Yeah. I think they like dogs,
extreme.
they say can sense when some of those disasters are going to happen. I wonder if the whales can pick up on those sorts of things at all.
Yeah, maybe they understand that there's a storm coming in, because
they kind of
looking to our port side there, it's not looking too friendly, that's for sure.
No.
So I reckon that's blowing a 4-5 gale out there right now with the white crest that we're seeing in the distance. A lot calmer in the bay. It's only on a 2 or 3 on the scale, but
pretty cold though.
It's definitely dropped in temperature, that's for
lot.
sure. But it's still very pleasant.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I've got my GoPro up here just in case I get that leaping whale behind you.
Oh yeah.
Get that epic shot.
You almost do have to have it just running the entire time.
It's going to be a lot of editing tonight of nothing, I think. Just on this side of the channel. This morning was fantastic.
Oh.
Calmed down a little bit now.
Even that moment there on the side of the boat, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel quite blessed right now to be out here joining you.
We'll mosey over towards, might get lucky near the port again. The water sort of will be calmed down a little bit, and there might be some whales in the area. Everybody, all the boats on the water right now seem to be moving around a bit, and I think everybody's searching. Might actually zip up there a little bit right now. I think it's off already, isn't it? Oh.
Oh yeah, it wasn't on.
Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna for a quick little cruise.
You're gonna say you're gonna give her.
Yeah, I'm gonna give her.
You're gonna give her. That's my Canadian accent, eh?
Yeah, I'm told I have one. Where are you to? Where are you to? Yeah, Newfoundland. No, Alberta. Some of that stuff catches on though while you're. Yeah, southeast of Calgary. Oh, it's tape. It's waterproof tape. You can mush it around to cover stuff up. It works really good for waters all over the place here. Brr. Getting splashed. Yeah. Oh man, I just got shivers even thinking about the kicking horse. It's yeah, big time. Yeah. Yeah, I got. Yeah. No, we've been. We're just talking about the kicking horse. Simon worked there. It's in Golden in British Columbia. Yeah, just kind of near Lake Louise in that area. If you guys have heard that before. And yeah, the river there. It's called the Kicking Horse, and they just got wicked rafting. And we've done it a few times. We've gone a couple times as kids and stuff with the family, and I've also done some paragliding there too, which is pretty fun.
That's right, yeah, paragliding down the Golden.
That water, it's just glacier fed, and it is.
Yeah, it's fresh off the mountains, about 2 degrees.
Yeah,
and it's absolutely
just
stunning.
That aqua
beautiful.
blue.
Yeah, that's from the rock flower.
Yeah,
and then you get a refraction of
all
light
the limestone.
That beautiful colour back to your eyes.
Yeah,
like Moraine Lake or Lake Louise, it's the same.
There's I don't know if it was calcite or what it was. I think it was calcite in the water in Havasupai in the Grand Canyon, and it turns it just like this crazy blue color.
Huh.
Waterfalls everywhere, and you look at the pools, and you gotta rub your eyes and give a double take because you don't believe it's real. It's pretty neat. But yeah, up there on the Kicking Horse, that'd likely be mostly all limestone and stuff, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's all shale. A lot of the rock that's ground down.
Yeah, they got lots of rundle there too, and
yeah.
There's in Canmore,
it's very soft, and even walking around, there's just this very, very, very fine. Well, it's rock flour, rock silt. They call it rock flour.
In Canmore, they have the quarry there. They quarry all rundle stone. It's pretty cool. Go and visit that place and see how they split and blow up the mountains to get all that rock. Yeah, still just the odd one, eh?
Yeah. There's a few in that pod, but they're very spread out. There's some over on the far shore over that way.
Yeah.
Some over there.
No big groups. Oh yeah. Oh, they're moving too, eh? Wow. Holy, they're racing, yeah. Like
We're on a mission.
beluga whales, they can swim up to 25 kilometers an hour, and they can go at that for about 15 minutes, I think.
Wow.
That's pretty.
That's like me trying to get my morning coffee in the morning for
Yeah.
I've got to go to work.
Yeah.
Run to that coffee shop.
Racing out the door. Just up alongside Cape Mary. We're sort of, again, I can feel the current pulling again. We're
Few up there.
not moving too quick right now. I keep thinking there's a Zodiac just a little ways from us here now, but every time I'm like, oh, they got a whale falling behind, and it's the paddleboard they're dragging with them. That film crew, I wonder, or I'm not sure, I guess, if they're an actual film crew or if they're just guys doing it for themselves, but they've been out for the past 3 days that I've seen now. I'm curious if they've got any good footage. Yeah, we're not moving at all.
No, I didn't think we were moving.
No, I just
kind of
keep
been
looking
watching that
across.
buoy over there, and we haven't gone anywhere from it.
Yeah.
The tide's very strong here.
Oh yeah. There's a couple whales super close to shore. Over towards Cape Mary. It's weird, those clouds don't seem like they're necessarily blowing any closer.
I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
After the storm, the lightning storm and rain we had falling last night, we deserve a little bit of sunshine to burn it off.
Yeah, you'd think I'd wake up. I don't have blinds on in my room, and it's just the one whole wall. It's like this big, huge window, and like the daylight wakes me up every morning. I'm up, usually I wake up at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah,
quickly
I was
check
up
my
at 5
clock.
o'clock this morning.
Yeah, because I'm nervous that I slept in for some reason or something. But yeah, it's only
Coming straight towards us.
4:30 or whatever.
That way, camera. Keep going, stop there. That's about it.
Yeah. So yeah, I kind of thought if it was that big of a lightning storm, maybe it would have woke me up, or if there's thunder too. But
There you go.
not even close.
Just off there. Yeah, cool. They're coming up.
You've got 2 whales sort of in the area here. We're gonna see if they'll change their course and come by. Let's see if we can kind of come up alongside them. No. Holy, look how fast we drifted back towards the buoy there, eh? We lost a lot of ground there. Oh yeah. Yeah. Maybe we'll go up kind of in front of the port, and then we can see what it's like there, drift back across the front, and then if we're still seeing nothing, we'll keep on looking. We got one here. On? Oh, he's not. No, he kept going. He kept going. He's way over there now. No. Oops. Thought we might have had an interested whale, but nope. Yeah. Yeah, it's, you know, when you start off that strong in the morning, though, that was so awesome. It's not too bad if it slows down for a little bit. That kind of stuff will happen.
Any more questions coming in?
No more questions except for the underwater cam. We just didn't have it down. We're gonna move to a different location, and there just wasn't any whales in the area, so we're trying to keep our eyes peeled here to see if we can find some more. We're headed over towards the port now. Yeah, if you guys have any more questions for myself or Simon, good idea maybe if you like photography to fire off a couple of those kinds of questions. He's got a lot of knowledge in that department. But if not photography, yeah, just ask regarding anything, whatever you guys like. Moving pretty quick, eh? Pardon? Oh yeah. The ouch! What's that? I can't hear it. Oh, you. Oh yeah. Yeah. We're just coming up on the port here now. I'm gonna kind of cruise by and then we'll flip around and drift back downstream. I just had a question about if there's any dive operations in Churchill. And no, there is not, unfortunately. That was the very first thing that I looked up when I was going to be hopefully coming to Churchill. I wanted to get in the water and dive with the belugas. And yeah, I searched around and I was pretty surprised there's nothing, but I think possibly one of the main reasons that there wouldn't be a dive operation here, just kind of from what I can think, is maybe just because you have to be diving with dry suits. So that usually when you start diving, if you haven't dove before and you're interested in doing it, you can do what they call exploratory dives. So you can go out and you don't go that deep. You're usually diving offshore most of the time, I guess, at least in my experience from what I've seen. and it's just a way for people to go out and check to see, you know, if diving's their thing or if they're into it. And that's kind of what I thought for here. If there was a dive operation, you'd probably likely have a lot of people doing dive or exploratory dives. The only thing here, because you have to have a dry suit, you need a separate certification for that. And I figured maybe that was sort of the complications and possibly why there's no dive shop here. But I don't know, or maybe they just don't exist because no one's done it yet. Who knows? It's unfortunate though, because it would be really cool, I think, to be up here and get an opportunity to dive with the whales. I was looking up gear. I've always rented my own gear, and I was trying to price it out just kind of out of curiosity and see if it was affordable. And it was going to be around $7,000 to $8,000 Canadian to purchase a full setup to bring up into Churchill to go diving with. And a lot of that's just because the dives or the dry suit's a real big expense, as well as all your regulators, things like that, have to be beefed up a little for the cold water here. I think you might be able to get away with like regular stuff besides the dry suit. It's not, I mean, unless you're diving here in the winter, but yeah, that was a little too pricey for me. Christine was just mentioning they don't need a dry suit cert in the States. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to look into it, I guess. I'm PADI certified, and I know I was in Argentina and they weren't going to let me dive unless I had my dry suit, and so I ended up, I got it, and then I've also done dry suit dives. I was last January, I think, in Victoria on Vancouver Island, and they were asking for my certification. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure then how that works. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're a little more protected from the wind here now, and we got a couple whales in front of us. Good to go. Let's get the underwater cam in here now, and yeah, it'd be kind of tough to get up close to them. Oh, this is way nicer here than closer to the mouth. The wind's not nearly as bad, and I can feel the warmth from the sun now. got a couple here. Right behind you. Coming up to the boat. So you can really tell now with the tide heading back out, the water clarity here is not nearly as good. I can barely even see the underwater camera. Yeah. Oh yeah. Can see the waves crashing pretty good out towards Eskimo Point. The wind will be howling pretty good out there. Oh, and Charlene too, on the message I wanted. I just thought of it. I think we got off topic, or for whatever reason, I was gonna say hopefully your mom's doing all right and gets better. It's always tough, but it's nice that we can help you guys decompress, like you said. I wish you the best. Hopefully you're still listening. And we are not moving again. We're sitting stationary. Thanks, Cloud, for tuning in. I appreciate all the photos and comments, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow morning. Do you want that cam off? I'm gonna take your photos though. Oh. That's funny. Oh, do you want your cam off? Do you want your cam off? I think, was it? Well, we're not seeing too many whales, and not a lot of other people out on the water. Might go back over to Cockles Point area. Can see Sea North 2 is over there. Pardon? Oh, yeah.